Welcome back, everyone. My name is Joe, and for nearly a year now, I have documented my journey of writing a first novel. In fact, a trilogy of novels called Rivendoah. I live with my husband Richard and our granddaughter Hannah on 6 acres of land nestled in the wilds of Virginia. Every Monday, I post a video. In this week's video, I'll be working at a project out at the clearing and talking about what I plan to do for National Novel Writing Month. So, I hope you'll join me on my adventures in living as a writer and an artist. Hey, welcome back everybody. I hope you guys enjoyed last week's kind of spooky video about the Richmond Vampire. I'm going to talk a little bit about that later in this video, but right now I just want to tell you what I have planned for today. I'm going to be making a tin roof, installing a tin roof over my firewood out here at the clearing. And in addition, I'm going to talk a little bit about NaNoWriMo, which is, of course, National Novel Writing Month. And in addition, I do want to talk a little bit about the story of the Richmond Vampire and how it has influenced my novel, Rivendoah. So anyway, before I get started, I want to go ahead and clean up the clearing. There's a lot of leaves that have come down and debris that I want to clear out. It is sort of still damp. We've had some more rain, but I think I want to go ahead and get it all cleared out anyway. My OCD is screaming at me to clean up the clearing. So I'm going to go ahead and do that. So let's go ahead and get started. I'm going to then make a fire and get that started, and while I'm doing that, I'm going to show you guys what I did earlier in the garage in terms of prepping the materials I needed to make my roof. So anyway, I'll check back with you in a little bit. All right, I guess it's time for the pumpkin or the jack-o'-lantern to go bye-bye. Here he goes. Say goodbye, Mr. Pumpkin. All right, the clearing looks much better. Got all the leaves that might be a fire hazard out of the way, and I think we're looking pretty good. There's our tin roof, which I'll be putting up momentarily. Now let's get a fire started. Wow, it's starting to get more light here in the clearing as the leaves begin to fall. Got the fire going, and I'm going to build up a nice bed of coals. I got a couple larger logs on now, and while I was doing that, I thought, as I said earlier, I'd go ahead and show you guys what I was working on in the garage earlier. I had found a piece of tin in the woods that I thought would make a great roof for over top of my wood pile to keep it dry, because I'm still battling damp wood this year. For some reason, we've had a lot of rain this year, and all the wood is slow to get started. So anyway, let me go ahead and show you what I did up in the garage, and when I'm done with that, I'll bring you guys back down here to the clearing, and we'll go from there. Okay, well, we're back at the clearing. I'm going to go ahead and talk a little bit while the fire is building up some coals before I put my boiling water on for hot cocoa. Got a little Swiss Miss down here today, and it's going to be good because it's kind of blustery and windy and chilly today, even though the sun is out. So going to go ahead and get those coals going, and then after I talk a little bit and get my water on the boil, I'm going to go ahead and install the roof over the firewood, which, you know, we've been sort of battling rain and damp weather this late summer and fall, which was good for the plants, but in the garden, but it wasn't really good for keeping my wood pile dry. So I haven't been adding to it much. Now that I'm going to have the roof installed today, that'll help, and I'm going to go ahead and really work on building up that wood pile so I'll have lots of wood over the course of the winter for making fires out here at the clearing. Okay, so before I begin installing the roof over the firewood and putting my water on for a boil, I did want to swing back to my video of last week, which was the legend of the Richmond Vampire, which I sort of did as a Halloween surprise. I wanted to talk about it a little bit because it, as a story, it really became a theme for, I'm getting smoked out here again, so I'm going to move on over to the other side. It was a inspiration for me for the beginning parts of my Rivendoah trilogy, and specifically the first novel, which I'm still working on. But it was the inspiration, the story of the Richmond Vampire, what happened on October 2nd, 1925, when the Churchill tunnel collapsed, killing several people, and the legend of the Richmond Vampire grew out of that tragic real-life event. And I'd sort of decided to take that idea. Now the smoke's over here. The wind is moving around today, and I think it's part of that fall weather. So I'm moving over here. Let me go ahead and readjust the camera here. I'm just going to keep going. So where was I? The story of the Richmond Vampire and the events that took place on the day that the tunnel collapsed under Churchill. I sort of took those events and have incorporated sort of my fictionalized version of what might have happened there and why that rumor and legend may have grown out of that event, and created the entire basis for my fictional story, at least for the first novel, Rivendoah, and elements of it are going to carry through all three novels. So the story of the Richmond Vampire, which if you have not seen that video, you can check it out here. I'll have a link to it, and you can find out all the details about the legend itself. But today I just wanted to, like I said, circle back around and talk a little bit about the importance of that story in the creation of Rivendoah. So I just wanted to, I didn't have time, and I sort of didn't want to get into that part of it in the video last week, which I just wanted to be kind of a fun telling of the Richmond Vampire story. But anyway, I'm going to go ahead and put some more wood on the fire, get those coals really going good, and get some, hopefully, water on the boil here. And then I want to talk a little bit about NaNoWriMo, which is, of course, for those who are not familiar with that name, that is the National Novel Writing Month, which November is that month. And the organization, which I'll talk a little bit about, is, full swing this month. So anyway, I'll get back to that. Let me go ahead and get to the fire, and I'll swing back by and talk to you guys then. got me. Planning on taking a nail and driving it right through these holes that I drilled right here, and here it goes. Now I'm going to do it to the other side. Got these nice long nails, and of course my trusty hammer. And here we go. I'm going to drive this one in. I left a little bit there, so now I can turn this up or down as I need to. Now, let me kind of show you what that looks like. Now, of course, the wood pile that I have right here is not 100% covered right now, but I'm going to take all this and move it between the trees and have like a stack of smaller stuff here and then my larger wood on this side. And I think that is going to do the trick for the wood. So I have to say, it was a little bit of a ingenious plan here. As you can see how much coverage it has, and I can just tilt it up or down. Probably will keep it down as much as possible to give it as much coverage. And there are some holes in the tin, and I'm sure some water is going to drip down, but I think for the most part it's a good solution for out here. It's a clearing. I think I just screwed that up. If you can see, I just spilled all my water into the fire. Huh. Well, oh my goodness. Well, that was unexpected. What a big mess. You know, to be honest with you, I don't think that fire was going anywhere anyway. It just was, I was blowing and blowing and blowing, and it just was not going to burn. So I think maybe I'm going to give up on the hot chocolate today, do my talk about NaNoWriMo, and go ahead and wrap up for today. I guess I can't always have a great experience out here at the clearing. Now it looks like I just sort of have a smoky kind of mess. You can see it here. It's I got to pull my stuff off of there and just go ahead and call it a day on the fire. I think now that I have my roof in place, I will get some dry wood. You know, we've had a ton of rain, and you know, anyway. So let me go ahead and clean this up, put out the rest of the fire, and I'll talk about NaNoWriMo. Okay, well, the fire is smoldering. There's not much left to it now. I still got a lot of smoke, but there's very little fire. So anyway, I wanted to start off by saying that I began making this video on November 1st, but this video will not premiere until I guess it's the Monday the 8th, which puts me about a week behind on the start of this year's November challenge for NaNoWriMo. The way the November challenge works is you're supposed to write 50,000 words of a new novel during the month of November. Now, you know, I'd love to take that challenge, though it seems a bit daunting. People do it. A lot of people fail, but a lot of people try. Some people succeed and kick off a brand new novel. Now, I am just trying to complete my first novel, which is a big chunk of it is done, and my goal was to try and have it done by the end of this year, at least by beginning of January. So my challenge this month is not going to be writing a new novel, but it's going to be completing the novel that I'm currently working on. It's a 3-part story, and the first part is basically done and drafted several times, but the second 2 parts have a lot of holes yet in them. Like, there's a lot of digging I got to do and filling of holes. So my goal is to spend the month of November, you know, whatever I would have written on a new novel, I'm going to now, for my challenge, even though it won't be really technically a NaNoWriMo challenge, it will be my challenge to see if I can complete those last 2 chunks of my novel. And then I want to spend the month of November, you know, doing my second and third drafts. You know, whatever it takes to kind of wrap it up by the end of this year. Whether I can do it, I don't know. But I plan on using November and this idea of NaNoWriMo to try and complete my first novel. I know it doesn't fit directly in with the way the challenge works, but and if you are new to National Novel Writing Month, you can go to the link below, and I'll actually put a link up here or over here. I never can remember which way it goes. That you can link to go to the site. I don't know. I can link to a video, but I can't link to a site when I do it up here. So I will have it below in the information below the video, and you can go to the link there if you're interested and want to find out more about it. For those of you who know, you sort of know what I'm talking about. So anyway, over the course of the next 3 weeks, because this is the first week will sort of have been over by the time you guys see this video, I am going to kind of keep you updated on how far I'm progressing with the challenge, as well as some other fun things that I sort of want to accomplish through November and December. Now, it does mean that over the course of the next 2 months, I'm probably going to have to do less complex videos, less of the 45-minute to an hour videos, and maybe more like the 15-minute videos, if even that much. Sometimes it might just be a check-in and a hello, waiting for the smoke to wind to change. It's not changing. Okay, so I'm going to move. I'm going to go ahead and get over here. We've gotten kind of used to this. I think with all the changing wind, it's interesting to try and keep out. I think it's all the blustery weather right now. So anyway, I did want to say that my main focus over the next 2 months is going to be the novel, not this channel, not writing a new novel or short stories or anything else. It really has to be focused on accomplishing my goal of getting the first novel done. So, I apologize in advance for less videos coming over the course of the next 2 months, but I'm going to do a couple entertaining things. I plan to do a November biking video. I want to do one down through the trails and take you guys along with me. I also want to do a special, which I'm not going to really reveal what it is right yet, but it's going to be a road trip taking you to one of the locations in the book. I don't want to give it away yet, but I'm sort of excited about that. So I guess I probably need to go ahead and wrap up this video, which has just been kind of a mess today with the fire, but I did get my roof over my fire pit set up, and I'm excited about that. So I'm glad you guys came along with me for this. I did want to ask you if you would go ahead and like this video. If you liked the content that I put together today, give me a thumbs up. If you do that, it helps me. It helps the algorithm for YouTube see that people are interested in my content, and when they see that, they put it out there for more people to see. So I'm really trying to build up. I only have 15 or 16, 17 subscribers at this point, which is a ridiculously low number for somebody who's been making videos for coming on a year. So I realize a lot of people are not going to be interested in this content until the book is released, and then I might start hopefully developing a fan base, and at that point I think more people will want to come, but if you can do anything to make sure you subscribe and hit that little bell icon so that you get notifications of each of my new videos, all of that is very helpful to the YouTube algorithm, which shows that people are interested in your content. And the more people interested in your content, the more YouTube will promote your stuff. So anyway, now that that's out of the way, I guess I'll see you guys in the next video, and I'll see you guys next time. Well, now that I've wrapped that up and the smoke is giving me this great exit video. Okay, with that, I'm going to go ahead and wrap up for the day, and I'll see you guys in the next video. Look at this. After all that, I'm finally getting some flame. Even after spilling my water, that's funny. So I guess the fire isn't completely dead, but doesn't do me any good right now. So anyway, I'll see you guys in the next video, and maybe I'll probably have to go and get some water to put the rest of this out. So anyway, see you guys next time. Well, you guys aren't going to believe this. After all that, the fire started up again. Unfortunately, I don't have any water, so I'm going to kind of just go ahead and wrap it up as I said, and I'll see you guys next time. Getting some nice atmospheric smoke here in the woods from my dying fire, but I'm gonna go ahead and get some water and put it out for good. But again, I will see you guys in the next video.